How's it going, guys? Let's talk Black Ops 6. So first off, we're going to start off with the reveal trailer.
The Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential for instability and chaos, these events clearly serve our national interest. Free from the specter of global conflict.
Today we celebrate the mystery of American renewal.
Something's going on. Something big.
I'm a fire starter, terrific fire starter.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil.
How's he look?
I'm a fire starter, terrific fire starter.
The agency is compromised. We're being hunted from the inside.
I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter.
You don't have to trust me, Marshal. But it might be better if you do.
Hey! It's something you should see.
What the hell are we getting into? Don't trust anyone.
To a CIA black site. Are you out of your mind?
Things got complicated.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
Pre-order the Vault Edition and get the Hunters vs. Hunted Operator Pack, the Mastercraft Weapon Collection, the
Alright guys, there we go. I know y'all probably already seen it, but I thought we'd start off like that. And you know what though? From seeing the trailer, I don't see why these guys haven't made a movie. I mean, that trailer looked pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And so, now we're gonna go over to the trailer, to multiplayer. Like I said, I know you've already seen this stuff, but it's just how I want to start out. And that was the multiplayer, and now, least but not last, the trailer to the zombies. And this is for Terminus. Let's get it started.
What are you standing around for? Time to bounce.
I'm gonna be honest, I've missed having a crew in the zombies. I'm glad we have that back.
Watch your back. We got some dead meat to grind. You're done.
Pre-order.
Man, I cannot wait to hop into the zombies. I don't know about y'all. I'm glad the round base are back. I'm glad the crew's back. I'm glad the gobble guns are back. Like, we get kind of like a new generation of zombies still, but some of the old features that we had in the OG Call of Duties. I just can't wait. I'm excited for it. And the return of Replacer. Here's this trailer.
Hi, baby. I'm back. You see, I own the Replacer. I replace you so you can play Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Really good.
Where's Dad?
I'm your daddy now.
Oh, hello, Daddy.
I like that.
Mittens is stuck again.
I'm your daddy now. Hello, daddy. I like that. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Mittens, you did this to yourself.
Sir, can you please just unlock the doors?
Just give me 5 stars. Now get the hell out of my car. Tacos, anyone? Blessings and gifts for all.
Your Holiness!
Kiss your own baby, lady. Bim, bless. Call of Duty Black Ops is back.
That was hilarious. I'm not gonna watch all those. Oh, I did want y'all to see the clown trailer of it. It's pretty funny.
Joke's on you.
Jokes on this, I guess. Alright.
As a longtime fan and loser that's into Call of Duty, I really loved.
Didn't mean for that to play. And NK Slasher. He's really good at his videos, so I liked reacting over his videos. But we're gonna watch this will change Black Ops 6 in a huge way.
Call of Duty kind of puts its own footprint into what Call of Duty is shaped like moving forward. Like, for example, going back to Call of Duty 4, we had the addition of create a class, leveling, kill cams. Modern Warfare 2 added in multiple different kill streaks, calling cards, emblems. Black Ops 1 had theater mode, Nuketown, and each Call of Duty kind of has its own thing that is carried forward to shape Call of Duty to what it is today. And I truly believe that there are 3 things that will be happening in Black Ops 6 within the game. Some of them include gameplay, some of them include how the game is being released, and some of them include something else altogether. But there are 3 things within Black Ops 6 that will change the landscape of Call of Duty forever. And that is what I wanted to talk about today. And this kind of came up because of something that was released yesterday, or at least somewhat released. It was this.
We on a mission. Take action adapt.
Hi, we're Visible. If you're looking for one-line wireless plans without hidden fees and surprise charges for just
stupid ads.
So Call of Duty, specifically Black Ops 6, is coming to Game Pass. Now, this may not seem like a big deal.
Oh yeah, if y'all haven't heard that, the release date of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the first day that it's available to play, it will be on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you will be able to play it.
But it is, for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you've ever just wanted to try a Call of Duty game, you can sign up to Game Pass for, like, I think the first month is like $1. By the way, this is not an ad whatsoever. And then, of course, you can try out the game and then cancel it if you really want. And I think they even refund you if you don't like it. But on top of that, you also get access to a bunch of these other games that you have saw here. So this is really our first marketing promotions that we've seen in regards to Microsoft and specifically Xbox. Because if you didn't know, this is the first Call of Duty that is being released underneath Microsoft after they bought Activision Blizzard King last year. So why do I say that this is so game-changing for Call of Duty? Well, it comes down to how people play video games. Now, why do I say that this is so game-changing? Well, it's for a couple of reasons. If you told me years ago that you had to pay a subscription fee to play Call of Duty, I would have told you that you are crazy and that nobody wants that. But technically, if you buy Game Pass and you only play Call of Duty, you are paying a subscription fee to play Call of Duty. Now, I would say most people that own Game Pass are going to play the other game, so it's a very different story. But I remember back in the day, there was a rumor that they were going to charge a subscription fee for this. I believe at the time it was called Call of Duty Elite, and people lost their minds over it. But now this is very similar to that, and I think more than ever, it has been more of a viable option. But the way that the games industry has moved over the past few years is these games as a service style games like Call of Duty and Warzone are generally free to play games. And really, the only way that Call of Duty in any sense is free to play is Warzone as of right now. But if you are a Game Pass owner, then all of a sudden Call of Duty becomes a little bit more at your fingertips. And I truly do believe that more people are going to get their hands on the game this year because of Game Pass. I believe it is definitely going to be there. And I would love to see what the numbers as a whole are going to be, but for sure, it'll change up the way that people are playing this game. And I'm wondering if it will ever make Xbox, Blizzard, Activision ever just second guess whether or not Call of Duty should ever go free to play. It's a question I've had for years, and maybe this year will bring us closer to an answer. So the next one I'm going to go through super quick, and that is Omni Movement. Now, this one is pretty straightforward. Omni Movement changes up the movement that we've had in Call of Duty over the past few years with sliding, slide canceling, and everything in between. With Omni Movement, you can now
if you haven't played the beta to Black Ops 6, Omni Movement, once you get used to it, is pretty fun.
Sprint, dive, and slide in any direction. And of course with this, it speeds up the game and makes it feel very different. And after playing the beta for Black Ops 6 and then going back to Modern Warfare 3, I truly believe that after Black Ops 6, they have to make a decision in one direction or another. Are they going to stick with Omni Movement for years to come, or are they going to go back to the traditional movement system? And I think it will depend on how well Omni Movement does this year. But based off of everything that we are hearing, it sounds like Omni Movement is here and here to stay. And that is one of the reasons why Infinity Ward is having so much trouble with Modern Warfare 4 or whatever their next Call of Duty game is because Infinity Ward doesn't like Omni Movement and is having big trouble implementing it into whatever their next game is. I have a whole video on that. It'll be linked down in the description. Thing number 3, I'm actually going to have 4 things in here now because I just thought of another one, and that is the way that camos are going to be unlocked this year. So we're going to have a new prestige system that we have talked about before, which is kind of a hybrid of the old system and new system. And when you buy things, it'll kind of unlock them permanently, but that's another conversation for another day. The thing that I am talking about here is the way you unlock camos, because no longer do you have to level up your weapons to unlock camos. You can start unlocking camos from level 0 on a weapon, and to me, this is a no-brainer. This is the way that camo unlocks should work, because then as you are grinding to level up a weapon, you can be completing challenges to unlock these camos. Now, I don't know if that means that camos are going to be easier or more difficult to unlock this year, if they're just going to up the amount of numbers because you don't have to have the weapon leveled up or not. We don't know what any of these challenges are looking like yet, but what we do know is camos are coming in Warzone, multiplayer, and zombies, all 3 modes. And for the first time ever this year, like I just said, Warzone is included in that. All right, last thing. So this one I think is going to be overlooked by everyone, and it is because everyone is already complaining about it. And that is the fact that the maps in this game are all mid to small sized maps. Now, I don't think that's a proper take, and that is the way that Treyarch worded it, because there's still going to be larger maps. I believe Rewind and Red Card are going to be the longest maps based off of what they've showed us. So those are going to be your large maps, but they're just medium sized compared to what we're used to for large maps for Call of Duty. Now, if you would have told me that a Call of Duty was doing this before the Black Ops 6 beta happened, I would tell you that this is a genius idea, because year in and year out, the maps that everyone plays are the small maps. They play the nuke towns, they play the shipments over and over and over and over again. Therefore, if you just put a bunch of tiny maps into the game, it'll add more small maps and more diversity to the maps that people are playing, where they can still play these teeny tiny maps. So I would have told you that that's a good thing. And then the beta for Black Ops 6 came out, and this was the announcement, and people didn't love the maps. Now, I want to be clear. I don't know whether people didn't love the maps because they didn't like the design of them or because they were all too small. You can let me know what you think down in the comments, but I truly believe that if Black Ops 6 is extremely successful this year, we may never see larger maps in Call of Duty again. Like, I'm sure there'll be some in there, but you may have noticed that this year with Black Ops 6, there is no ground war mode. There is no sort of fire team mode like that we've seen in the past. There is just 6v6 and strike maps, in other words 2v2 or 6v6 maps, which are very, very tiny. And unlike previous years like Modern Warfare 2019, where they were moving towards this more ground war style, kind of more Battlefield-esque maps, now they are doing the reverse, and they are going smaller and smaller. And I truly believe how well this does and the feedback they get off of this will shape what map design will look like in Call of Duty moving forward for years to come. At least that's my opinion. You can let me know what you think down in the comments. But just to recap really quickly, the things that are changing this year that are going to change the landscape of Call of Duty moving forward is number 1, coming to Game Pass. That is a pretty big thing that I think a lot of people don't realize how big those implications actually are. The way that camos are going to work, you're going to be able to start unlocking them immediately when you play the game. Omni movement, I think that's a pretty obvious one. And finally, we have maps. Maps in this game are going to be different than what we have ever seen before. No more big maps, which I thought was a good thing because if you remember, everyone used to hate Stonehaven in Call of Duty Ghost. If you know, you know. But that's what I think. Let me know if I missed anything down in the comments. We've got much more coming with some more story videos coming later this week, including some Black Ops 6 ones. So make sure you stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, like button, all of that kind of jazz. And until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are.
So yeah, I mean, it's gonna have some cons starting out, you know. It just is, but it has some pretty good pros, and I definitely like the Omni movement and how everything is so far with it. Alright, and this one is Black Ops 6. Biggest secret reveal. Again, it's by NK Slasher. If you haven't checked his channel out, go check his channel out. I like his content. It's very good with it.
I am about to reveal to you the biggest secret in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Even before the game comes out, we have found something huge. And in fact, I found this yesterday on my live stream. If you don't follow me on Twitch, you should check it out, link down below. But what we found is absolutely huge. And it's an enormous secret that is going to be in the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 campaign. And it sets up the main character in the game in a way that you would never expect. Now, if you have no idea what I am talking about, let me explain. And also, if you like these type of story videos for Call of Duty, you're going to want to make sure you subscribe, have notifications on, and maybe share this video with your friends, because I can tell you right now, this is only the beginning of the story for Black Ops 6, because as we know, Treyarch likes their twists, turns, and as you're going to see with this one, it gets pretty wild. But let me set the stage for you. So the one campaign mission that we have seen so far in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 goes by the name Most Wanted, and essentially in this mission, we are breaking into one...
This game, you're not ready for it.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment.
One of Bill Clinton's political galas, because underneath it is a CIA black site where Russell Adler is being held. Now, as we found out when we played this mission, we are playing as a character that goes by the name of Case.
You first, Adler. Come on, Case.
Now, when we first heard this, I assumed it was kind of like a code name, how we had Bell in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Case was going to be the kind of code name of this character within Black Ops 6. However, if you take a closer look at that infill scene at the very beginning of the mission, you can see the name of Case be redacted. However, if we take a second look and pause at a different moment, we can actually see the full name of Case is William Cauldron. Now, I tried to figure out what this name meant, who it was, even looked up Bill Cauldron, and couldn't figure it out. So I don't know if this is like a name that you can personally put in when creating your character, or if this is always the name of Case. I am not 100% sure, but we do know that he goes by the name of Case. Now, you may be wondering at this point why I'm talking about this character. Well, let's take a little bit of a closer look at what we know about Case. And really, there's only one thing. You see, Case is the character who we are playing as in the game, similar to how we played as Bell in Black Ops Cold War. But there's not much we can see about our character. We can't see a character model other than his hands. And as it just so happens, if we pause the video right here, you can very clearly see a tattoo that almost looks like a stamp on his wrist. Thanks to the people over on Reddit, someone enhanced this picture a lot, and as you can see here, what this tattoo is something by the name of the Eye of Providence. Thanks to Wikipedia, we know that the Eye of Providence, or the all-seeing eye, is a symbol depicting an eye often enclosed in a triangle and surrounded by rays of light or a halo intended to represent providence. Now, this was used on the reverse of the Great Seal of the United States, which was depicted on the United States $1 bill. But if you're like me, the other thing that you also know this from is, well, the Illuminati logo. It is on there as well, and it's almost always a triangle with an eye that is surrounded by a circle with rays of light coming out of it. Keep that in mind. First things first, that is exactly what the tattoo on Case's left arm is. But what if I told you that this isn't the Illuminati, this isn't the United States Great Seal, this is something else altogether, and it's been in plain sight the entire time and shown to us several times in the original reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Let me show you.
Good evening. The Soviet Union is no more, despite a potential for instability and chaos. These events clearly serve our national interest.
Pause! Alright, so as you can see in the opening scenes, before we even get to any gameplay, we see this all...
That is crazy. I've never noticed that in the trailer.
Seeing eye, or this logo, once again right in the middle of the trailer. I did not Photoshop this in. You can go watch the trailer for yourself. It is hidden there. You have to pause it, and it only very briefly goes on screen, but we do see it there. You see it several other times throughout this trailer as well, but there is one part of this trailer that I really want to point out. So most of this trailer is pretty down to earth with what is going on in the world in the year 1991 until we get to this one subset of scenes, and it happens incredibly quickly. There's a mannequin in it, there's what appears to be some sort of brainwashing, but I wanted to take an individual look at these frames one after another, and you will see what I mean as we go through this. So first up, we seemingly have at these frames one after another. There's a mannequin in it, there's what appears one until we get to this one subset of scenes, and it happens incredibly quickly. There's a mannequin in it, there's what appears to be some sort of brainwashing, but I wanted to take an individual look at these.
Oh, I unpaused it. The mannequin. I wonder what room that's at. But it looks like mannequins might be back.
Kind of thing you'd see in like Nuketown or one of the trippy MK Ultra missions, which is going to play into what we see next. We then see a biohazard symbol. Then we see something that very clearly looks like the chair that someone like Alex Mason.
That reminds me of Black Ops 1.
Would sit in while they're getting fed MK Ultra, which also just so happens to be a vial, which we see in the very next frame. You can kind of see how things are getting pieced together there. However, I want to go back to that mannequin. And believe it or not, it's not to actually look at the mannequin or anything that's going on. It's actually to look behind the mannequin, because as you can see there, there is very clearly a logo. Now, you may not recognize said logo, but it says "and applications" at the very end there. And as
you know what? I went back, I looked at it, I seen the logo and did not pay attention to it, and now here he is talking about it.
Turns out I happen to know what this logo is, because when the beta came out, I went around every single map and looked for Easter eggs. And on one of the maps called Protocol, which takes place in a theoretical place called Avalon, which was rumored to be a new Warzone map, I found this logo with a bunch of pieces of paper. So it appears as though this logo within Black Ops 6 resembles Advanced Technologies and Applications Division, which, based off of everything that I am seeing on the map Protocol, is a subdivision within the CIA. CIA. The reason why I say that is because Protocol is kind of like this CIA safe site. You go down to the basement, you can see a bunch of things relating to the CIA, and then there are these certificates kind of everywhere with, once again, that all-seeing eye logo at the top of it. So we know that. But what we also know from the campaign gameplay trailer, we have the mannequin with the AND applications and the logo for the advanced technologies and applications behind the mannequin. Once again, we assume it is a CIA division. Now keep in mind the mannequin because we know one more thing. Remember when we were revealed the new map for Warzone called Area 99, which was where the Nuketown facilities are built? Well, turns out that that facility is also made by Advanced Technologies and Applications division within the CIA, hence the mannequins in this cutscene. So I did a little bit of research, and to be honest, I could not find anywhere in the real world where Advanced Technologies and Applications division is a real thing. Not whatsoever, not part of the CIA or anything real that at least we know of. But what we do know is our main character within the Black Ops 6 campaign, known as Case, has a very similar tattoo on his left wrist. So once again, putting together the images that we saw in the trailer, we have biotechnology, we have a mannequin with the same logo of Advanced Technologies and Applications in the background. Then we have biohazard, then we have a chair which looks like someone's getting interrogated, as well as a vial which seems similar to MK Ultra that we saw in Black Ops Cold War. It paints together a picture that the Advanced Technologies and Applications is the division within the CIA that is working with MK Ultra, in other words, brain control. In other words, the tattoo on the left wrist of Case means one of two things. Either he is working inside Advanced Technology and Applications and is a part of that CIA division, or number two, this character is actually a test subject of Advanced Technologies and Applications division. And if you want more evidence of this, if we go back to that protocol map where we found those certificates with the same logos, one of the other things that you can find on that map is one of the very...
You know what? With what he just said, that really adds up. Spoiler alert to the campaign. Don't know if it's actually going to happen. What if he joins the team, but at the end of it, betrays them?
Similar chairs to what Alex Mason was interrogated in at the beginning of Black Ops 1, which is super interesting because we see it with that logo all on the same map, painting the picture that once again, Advanced Technologies and Applications are all focused on MK Ultra. Now, if you want to see the rest of the logo, kind of like the bottom half of the Advanced Technologies and Application Division logo, it is here, and once again, this was found in the original gameplay trailer for Black Ops 6. So all of this ties together under one banner, the Advanced Technology and Applications Division of the United States of America. And this plays in an interesting way because we already know that in the story of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, we are hunting down a mysterious group known as Pantheon. A group that was assumed one of their logos was the Illuminati logo. Now, we don't know this at this point, that was just assumed based off of the trailers. But we also know that there's this Advanced Technologies division that is also using the Illuminati logo as well. We also know that there is at least one mole within the CIA that is being hunted, hence why our characters like Russell Adler, Frank Woods, and Troy Marshall have gone rogue, because they are also hunting that person down, but the CIA believes it to be our rogue operators. So, I believe the Advanced Technology Division is somehow going to play into the Mind Control Division within the CIA, and Case is somehow front line and center of all of that. I know that last part was confusing, but hopefully...
Like I said, spoiler alert, what I think might happen in Black Ops 6 is that Case joins the team, and because he explained that whole thing there, that at the end, or somewhere in the storyline, Case will betray his team because he's brainwashed or he's working for them. That could happen. That could not happen. It's just an idea put out there.
Hopefully I painted it in a way where it all could make sense, because this is what the story is going to be moving forward in Black Ops 6. And of course, because it's a Treyarch game, because it's a Black Ops game, the story always gets wild, and that's exactly what we do on the channel. So if you enjoyed the video, you like these type of videos where we go through the story of the game, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, because we're gonna have plenty more coming when Black Ops 6 comes out. But remember one thing, with the Black Ops story, with the Treyarch story, and specifically the Black Ops 6 story, as always, the truth lies.
We are reaching for the stars.
So there you go, guys. I do want to announce something that might be in Black Ops 6. I think 90% sure we are going to see not the same, but a different Nuketown in Black Ops 6. But I know he just said this, I'm not trying to copy him. But if you like this kind of content here, where I react and go over stuff, make sure to leave a follow and comments. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a stream. We're gonna stream around maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. I think I had the stream set for 7:30, but we might stream at 6 a little bit early. But if we do, we're gonna stream, you know, for more than a regular time. But I will see you guys tomorrow for the next stream, and I hope you guys have a good night, and peace.